But that there's also another side, there's a private side that needs to be protected and nurtured, and you know, there may be a forward-facing self that you show and another self that you can't show or feel that you can't show or you don't want to show, or all of that. So that was something that resonated, that there was something that we were expecting from her at all times, and she couldn't show us something else. So that was part of what I cut off what you might have.
No, I think it tags into exactly what I was saying. It's the burden of having to perform, of constantly having to perform. I think that's what I was talking about too, in the perfectionism. And then it ties back to what Amanda was saying, and you almost said it. You said worth, and I was like, E. So it's like, if we don't feel worthy, right? If we're not doing something, then sometimes there's this implicit message that we're not worthy. And there's some shame behind that. And that just leads down this whole spiral of self-medicating, of doing all kinds of things because we don't feel worthy unless we're doing or being or carrying a burden for other people. Absolutely. Strong Black woman. Oh my goodness. I could do a dissertation right here, but I won't. I think definitely there's the historical components of it. There's the ways in which we as Black women, psychologically, spiritually, physically, we didn't have autonomy or agency of our bodies. We do have more autonomy and agency now. However, between here and here lies our executive functioning. Learn how to let some of the steam off. Solely decompress, right? Where we can start to de-stress so that we can then build habits and coping skills that allow us to be resilient. But make no mistake, our body keeps the score. Our bodies tell us, why are Black women dying 3 times more than white folks, white women, in terms of breast cancer? Why are we dying 2.5 more times giving birth? Why are the babies that we're carrying dying? But it's also the stressors. It's also epigenetic, right? We can look at, while I have not read studies, so if you know of some, tell me. I haven't read studies just yet that talk about Black women and our DNA and how it shifted because of slavery. But they've done it for Holocaust survivors. You've read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Breast momentum.
There's a book called My Grandma's Hands.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, Resma talks about that, you know, just the trauma that's within our DNA. As I would say for me, one of the things that resonated for me was just the constant feeling of like, I gotta be working, I gotta keep working, I gotta be working, I gotta keep working, because like it could go at any time. I mean, in her case, you know, her ancient daddy did take the money. He did take the money. But you know, there's people in your life and you just kind of don't know who that could be. Like, I've had managers do weird stuff like that. You know, I've had different people around you. But even regardless of that, there's just always this feeling of like, if I'm not working, I'm not useful. If I'm not working, I'm not valuable. If I'm not working, I'm not worth the things that I get. So like, I can't rest. You know, and so that was something that I feel like I really resonated with, that I've had to really work on, like allowing myself to just take a moment to watch TV and play Candy Crush and not feel guilty about it.
This SL500 Mercedes-Benz, oh, I gotta take it back. Okay, I'm gonna drive it back to the dealer right now. Just like breakdown. Suicide ideation. I knew how I was gonna do it, and in fact, I've never said out loud how I was gonna do it because I don't want God to think that this is still available to, you know. But I started going to therapy and I loved it. I was like, oh, I'm going to get this all out. Can we go a little bit longer? Can I put 2 sessions at the same time? Because the relief, and the reason why I'm saying this is because we hold this all in so much, and we think that the minute we talked about this, you sit down for a minute, if I have a minute to think about it, it's going to be painful. Yeah. But the pain of holding it in, and you know what's going on. You can hide from the world, but you really can't hide from yourself in your quiet moments. And so the pain of holding it in was 10 times worse than the momentary pain or the session and a half of getting it out. Yeah. And so I too am an advocate for going and getting it out. And it's like the world becomes brighter, the trees become greener. It's like I see things in a whole new way. it's better. It's better to get it out.
For debate, that's not like a, you know, oh, you disagree, we agree to disagree thing. I'm like, no. All black people need therapy. Also, all black people need to stop smoking cigarettes. Like, those are two things that I'm like, and if you're a man over 40 and I see you with a pot belly, I'm going to put you to the side. Like, there's 3 things that I will always be on, because I know that it's something that we tell ourselves we don't have to do, but we need to do, particularly now more than ever. Yeah. If you're even looking around in a cursory view, it feels like there's no bottom. And she said, so what we need to do is we need to build that back up. But ultimately, she said, you have been internalizing anger for so long that you reached a tipping point. And so you need to find ways to get this out in real time, so that you're not continually internalizing it and creating your own cancer, so to speak, that's essentially going to kill you. It almost talks you into killing yourself. So we got deep in the theater.
Yeah.